She thinks about last night. Before she notices that she is her cat form right now, she looks at the lady and tries to explain to her about the form. The lady smiles and apologizes for laughing, mentioning that it has been a while since she has seen a baby wolf, telling her that she must have seen that Theo and Dion have grown up quite a bit. She finds it glad that she looks like a wolf. She knows that yesterday the lady seemed to frown at the sight of a girl and thinks if it could be that she seems too spirited to be seen as a girl her age. She knows that she has to keep acting mature. To take revenge on Jerian, she needs to stay in this mansion pretending to be a wolf until she can be independent. The lady tells her that she slept a long time and her fur is a mess, questioning if she can smooth it out a bit. She responds that she can do it. She picks her up and asks her if it feels good. She is enjoying it a lot as she wishes for her to do it a little more. She ponders that she should not be enjoying this like a child. The lady tells her that she wondered why Dion called her soft paw, but now she understands him as she has cute soft pink paws. She tells her that she thought the lady disliked her paws. The lady tells her that her hands are so thin that it made her feel bad, and she mentions that she will give her a lot of delicious food from now on so she can grow stronger. Kitty thinks about it, realizing from now on means that she'll be staying with them. The lady asks her if they should go and eat now as everyone is waiting. This causes Kitty to be happy. She runs to get food, and she also tells her that her name is Kisha. The lady asks her if her nickname should be Tia. Kitty is back in her human form and mentions that she would be happy if she is called Kitty. The lady calls her that and picks her up. As they are walking in the hallway, Kitty ponders, does from now on mean that they're going to give her a job? Or could it be that Theo and Dion said yesterday that they want to adopt her? In the food, it is warm mushroom cream soup topped with crispy grilled salmon pieces. The lady tells her it is hot so she should eat slowly. Dion asks his mother if she is calling Kisha Kitty. His mother tells him that she got information from Kitty and that he would not use a lady's nickname without permission. Would he? Theo asks Kitty if they can call her that too. Kitty tells them that they surely can call her that and mentions that both of them are very kind. The Duke is glaring at her, causing her to be nervous. The lady tells him to not just demand with his eyes and ask her properly like the kids did, as he is scaring her this way. After they are done with food, Theo and Dion tells Kitty to enjoy her dessert too. They thought that she would like pudding, so they arranged it. She is stunned as she tells them that her pudding seems a bit large, questioning could it be that Miss Jackal's pudding was placed wrong. His Duke looks at his pudding, which is really less. Dion tells Kitty to enjoy her pudding. After they are done with dessert, her lady asks Kitty how was the meal. Kitty responds that it was very delicious and thanks her. The lady tells her that she's glad to hear that. She mentions to Kitty that all the food in the Grid Wolf Mansion comes from here, and if she's ever hungry or wants something, she can just come here and ask. Kitty ponders that Jerian controlled the cats with food. Just now her lady gave her permission to use the mansion's kitchen. She really thinks that they think of her as a wolf. Before that, the lady calls out to her, grabbing her attention. She tells Kitty that all of the Griff Wolves wants her to be an honorary family member, so she can live safely until she becomes an adult. She asks Kitty if she can be honest and tell them how she feels about it. Kitty looks at his Duke. She wonders that even though they have such indifferent faces, do they really want her as family? She thinks about her past before she tells them that she would be thrilled if the Grid Wolf family took care of her Dot, but she cannot promise to forget her original family. She tells them that in that case, they might be disappointed, and she does not wish to disappoint them. The lady grabs onto her and tells her that once someone has been family, they can never truly forget them, so she should not force herself to forget, and she cannot even if she tries. She tells Kitty that she knows that as well as she does, so she should not worry. As her family is always with her in her heart, Kitty begins to cry and questions if she can really have two families until she grows up. All of them stand beside her, telling her that of course her family would want her to be protected and happy. She wipes her tears, and Theo also helps her with that. He questions if that means that she will be his little sister. She finds living luxuriously alone, still sad as she said she buried her mom in the ground with her own hands. The lady tells her that after a funeral, all animals go to a happy place. Kitty responds that she could not give her a funeral as she had no money at all. Her lady mentions that although it is a bit late, she will help Kitty hold a funeral so she should not worry. Kitty asks her what does a happy place mean then. The lady tells her that her happy place means a cozy and warm heaven. Kitty has no idea about heaven, as Theo tells her that a heaven is like a paradise with everything one could ever want, so her family must be living even more luxuriously there. Dion agrees with Theo and tells her she does not have to feel guilty. Kitty thinks about the place like that and questions, could there be pieces of perfectly cut salmon floating in a stream? Or is heaven really like a paradise with everything? She looks at the Duke as he mentions it must be such a place. She realizes if that would be the case, then it's wonderful. She is aware that both father and brother are named Icarus. She becomes nervous thinking, why is his Duke looking at her like that? She knows her mom is resting in cat territory and being expelled. She cannot return, nor can she exhume the deceased. Furthermore, anyone who looks at her can see that her mother does not look like a wolf at all. If one says that her dad is a wolf, that is fine, as it is said that you can marry anyone in human form. She thinks if her mother should be exhumed for the funeral. She knows that her mother is probably catching salmon floating on the stream in paradise right now. And there are babies in her womb. Her lady grabs her hand and tells her that she does not have to worry about that. She is told that the most important things at a funeral are flowers, candles, and wishes for happiness. Kitty asks her lady if that is really enough. Her lady tells Kitty that's right, and if there is a family picture, it will be even more meaningful. Kitty finds it a wonderful idea. Diane grabs her hand and tells her that they should go to his room now. Her lady tells her that Theo's room has many art tools, and there's also a set of crayons with 200 colors. They mention that they prepare the candles and flowers, and the painting will be completed before sunset. Kitty thanks them and steps away while grabbing both Theo's and Diane's hand. They stand in front of the door as Kitty gets a hiccup. She becomes scared as she looks at the doorknob. She tells them that she is holding both of two hands, so she cannot hold the doorknob, and it is absolutely not because of fear. Diane tells her that he will open the door, and next time she has to open and enter herself. As he opens the door, the maids greet them. Indian tells her that he will introduce her slowly after recording the names of the workers in the household registration book. Diane helps her sit down and states that she's so light, so probably he has to order double the snack portion. She questions maybe double is too much, but he tells her that if she wants anything to eat, she can just come to his room, as his room is right next to Theo's room, and he will prepare dried salmon for her every day. She thanks Diane and calls him Mr. Diane. He seems sad as he does, Sir Dot that it is okay, and she can just take it slow and older brother can wait. Theo tells Diane that he monopolized her when he is absent-minded. Theo gives her the tools to draw on this paper so it will fit the picture frame. She thanks them as they both are curious the moment she grabs the pen. She starts to draw and her tail is moving abruptly. Both Theo and Dion find it really funny that her tail is moving along with the pencil. She turns around and tells them that baby wolves can make a few mistakes. They both laugh out loud and tells her that they are sorry for teasing her, and they will not do that again. The maid brings some snacks. Dion calls out to Kitty. He tells her that the snacks are here and asks her if she wants him to feed her. She asks him for just one piece. She munches down food and continues to draw. Theo asks her what is her family like. She tells him that her mom is a very warm person and also hugs her tightly, and she gave her the nickname Soft Hands. Theo tells her that her mother is so wonderful. She also tells him that her mom always used to say that her dad and brother are heroes. Even though they have to go on missions and rarely go home, they always bring her gifts. Theo tells her that they will also try the same. She also tells him that in her mom's womb, there are 3 more babies. They have not been born yet, so she cannot draw them. Theo notices that it is not sunset yet. She asks him if she can draw on the back and that she will draw quickly. He states that she can do it, but she should be careful not to damage the front. She gets on the ground, having her focus on the work as they both look at her and find her like a piece of bread. She wonders that she also wants to remember the image of her family when they were cats. She is aware that she will miss everyone, and that she should not worry as she will become happier than anyone else. She wishes for her mom, dad, brothers, and kittens to be happy in the wonderful world of paradise. She realizes that the sun is setting and becomes nervous. She questions what should she do as they will be late. Theo asks her to give it to him as he will quickly put the picture in the frame. The lady knocks on the door and asks her if she has finished drawing yet. Kitty responds that she has finished drawing. She shows the drawing to the lady as her lady mentions that she's really good at drawing. Kitty thanks her and questions if this is enough for the funeral. She is told that of course it is, and that they should go now. Dion and Theo tells them that they have some things to do first, so both of them should go ahead and they will follow in a while. Her lady tells them that they should not be late and that they should finish their work quickly and come right away. Both of them ask their mother to not worry. As they are walking in the hallway, Kitty asks her lady where are they going. She responds that they're going to Kitty's room. Kitty looks at the doorknob and realizes that her room does not have any wolves like this. As they step inside, there stands his Duke. Kitty asks him where are they as he tells her it is her room. She tells him it is the same, but her room is in a different place. He tells her that this is her room in Grid Wolf. She understands that wolf door handles can only be used by Grid Wolf. She thinks that even though it is temporary, it feels like this family accepts her. She thanks him very much and tells him that should be pretty open. He even brought her up below. Appreciating that from her heart, her lady tells her that when Theo and Diane arrive, they will light the candles. And when the candles burn out, everyone will go to a happy world in heaven. So she should be mentally prepared. Both Yor and Diane runs fastly and arrive right then, panting heavily. They state that they were late because they were preparing gifts for Kitty and apologizes for being late. They step towards Kitty and give her the gifts. With a confused expression, she takes it and looks at the gift. She questions if this gift is for kittens. Diane tells her that his sister keeps thinking about them, so how can he ignore them? Theo tells her to stop crying and quickly decorate as the sun is about to completely set. She wipes her tears and smiles. She puts the frame inside and wishes for her family to be happy in heaven, as she will definitely come to meet everyone later, and she loves everyone so much. She thanks Grid Wolf family for helping her organize the funeral, as Theo tells her that they will stay with her until the candles burn out. She tells them that it will take a long time for the candle to burn out and questions if all of them are not sleepy. They tell her that being family means that they will wait for anything with her. This causes her to be surprised as she thanks them and calls them brother. Both of them are stunned and questioned. What did she say? They tell her that she said it so suddenly and it is unfair, as she laughs. They scraped off the melted candle wax and end the funeral by burying a small jar containing candle wax in the back garden of the villa. His duke carried a small pendulum and placed it where the candle had been lit. He said that it was a magic tool that would protect the chrysanthemums and the painting in the display case forever. She thinks that even though he seemed indifferent, he was kind. So she completed the funeral with the help of her new family. She is told that this is the duke's office and the other door leads to the library and the other one leads to the honor room. And the one on the front is the path to the meeting room. Theo tells her that father's office mainly deals with military issues. Political issues are handled by the mother, and her office is on the opposite side of father's office. Kitty finds this place amazing as the cushion is also very soft. She notices the portrait and questions if his dupe brought it. Theo tells her that is right, as male wolves consider loving their family their greatest pride. Diane mentions that their father was a great wolf, although his appearance seems a bit stern. She tells them that both of them are also great brothers. They are taken aback as they question if she really thinks that way, questioning again if they are great brothers. She tells them, of course, both of them are very great brothers. Her lady gives her the household registration book. Kitty ponders that the brothers are very wonderful. She is told that only with the approval of the Grid Wolf clan leader can names be engraved here with magic. She writes on it and wonders if besides Theo and Diane, is there anyone else? Her lady tells her that her handwriting is also very beautiful and that they should complete the adoption paperwork. Should they tell her that all documents must be read carefully and signed. She responds that she's aware of that. It is very lengthy as she continues to read it. She notices her name on it and becomes excited before reading it again. She notices her name appeared again. She wonders what should she do as she realizes it is big trouble because besides her name she cannot read any words. Her lady takes the document from her and apologizes to her, telling her that now she sees that the documents have so many confusing words. His duke states that Theo and Diane cannot read this either. Both of them nods. He states that soon they will find a suitable teacher to teach her what she needs. They help her read together as after a while she questions if the content of this document is to agree to let her become a member until she reaches adulthood, right? Her lady mentions that if there's anything that makes her wonder or what she wants, they can fix it together. She remembers that the doorknob in her new room is so scary, and she wants his teeth to be a little smaller. The Duke tells her that he will make the wolf's teeth rounder. She thanks him and tells them that other than that she doesn't want anything else, and she is so happy to have a new family. Theo and Diane asks her if she wants to sign with a pen or fingerprint. She tells them that she will use fingerprints as when they grow up they will create a cool signature. She comes in her current form as both Diane and Theo become shocked. Her lady picks her up and tells her that she must print beautifully. She responds that yes she will and questions if she needs to print her nails too. Her lady finds her really cute. After she is done with the friend dot, she comes back to her human form and realizes that now she is truly Kitty Gridwolf until she becomes an adult. Her lady tells her that she will now introduce the staff here. She tells Kitty that even though the schedule is a bit busy, she should please understand that they want to make sure that she will adapt well. Kitty mentions that is Oak and questions where are they going. Her lady tells her that they have to go because the conference has not ended yet. She asks about the conference as her lady tells her that it is a 10-day wolf meeting and it has not ended yet, so she has to go, and she left halfway because they all urgently called her home behind. Both kids are holding onto his Duke, asking him to not go. Harley details Kitty that she finished her schedule but she has to go back, and although she is happy to have a lovely daughter, attending the meeting is her father's duty. Kitty mentions that if that is the case, then it cannot be avoided, and she is very happy. Kitty does not seem to have a good expression on her face as her lady questions what is wrong. Kitty mentions that she thought because her lady had to catch fish, she had to go. Dion wonders where did she learn sentences like that. She questions that when the meeting is over, his Duke will come back. Her lady tells her that she will bring back wonderful gifts and she will leave early tomorrow morning, so she should not be too surprised if she does not see her. Kitty tells her lady that even though it is difficult, she will try, and she will find the teacher for her during the meeting. As there is someone in mind, Katie notices so many wolves as her lady reminds her that she is also a wolf. Right, she ponders that she forgot as she flinches. Her lady tells her that other wolves will not scare her and everyone is looking at her with friendly eyes, even though it is only temporary. With this document, they will accept her as a member of Grid Wolf. Her lady tells her that Guide Wolf's staff will try to help her, and if not, then she should please tell them at any time. She steps down as the servants introduces themselves as she's told that if she needs anything, she should ask them. One of them introduces herself as Flora and she's the head maid. She tells Kitty that it is an honor to meet her. Kitty greets her back and hopes that she can help. Said that she should not use honorifics with her because she is a member of Grid Wolf. Kitty states so she will do the same. She is then introduced to the butler who is Paul Clinton. He is a very excellent employee. He tells Kitty that it is an honor to serve the wonderful wolf lady. He tells her that he is in charge of managing the house. Then she is introduced to the head chef, who is known as Mina. Mina tells her that she's too skinny and she should come here and eat anytime. She's also given a gift for her and told that she should visit the garden often. After that, the captain of the knights, Elliot, introduces himself and mentions that he is the Duke's assistant. He tells Skye that she can call him Sir Elliot. She tells him this very nice to meet him. She notices someone behind him. She realizes it is a fox and thinks that this is the first time she has seen it this close. She's aware that foxes are sensitive to magic from birth, so most are magicians. He glares at her as she becomes shocked. Her lady asks her if she happens to be afraid of Clyd. He steps ahead and introduces himself as Clyde Foxstein. He tells her that he is the heir to the Fox family, but he is currently living with Grid Wolf. He states that she happens to be smaller than he thought and questions if she's really a wolf. She becomes shocked hearing that. She remembers that she was told foxes are very sensitive and sharp-eyed than other species. She notices that her cat ears are out. She knows that he is not just a fox, but also the heir to the Fox family. She thinks if she was discovered like this, she knows that they might throw themselves away for deceiving the wolf. She finds it impossible if she gets kicked out of here. She extends her hand, causing him to be stunned. She takes his hand and bites it. He's questioned how dare he be so disrespectful to her. Right then, his Duke calls out to him and gives him a glare. He apologizes, mentioning that he missed his words. She tells him to not do that again next time. Even Theo gets angry on him and questions if he still dares to be arrogant. He asks Kitty if she was scared. She tells him that she was a bit surprised, but it was okay. She finds it lucky that it seems like they do not think she's a cat. She questions why is the heir to the Fox family in the wolf house. Your response? It is due to the difficult situation with the leopard. The fox temporarily stayed at the wolf house for a while. Foxes are more sensitive to magic than they are, so they can help a lot. City is aware that wolves and foxes are not as closer as bears and wolves. She thinks that the fact that the fox had to ask the wolf for help shows that they are facing many difficulties. She's aware that she has to ask the teacher when she has a chance. She is now then introduced as the youngest daughter to Rena. Her lady tells Rena that she trusts her with the baby. Rena tells the kitty that it is an honor to take care of such a lovely lady, and that she introduces herself as Rena Gray and mentions that she received orders from the lady to take care of her. Kitty asks her if she will be there by her side every day. Rena mentions that if she needs her, she'll be there and asks Kitty to call her Rena. Kitty finds it really fun. Her lady is happy that Kitty likes her and mentions that it is late so Kitty should sleep. Kitty thanks her lady for introducing everyone to her today. She wishes good night to everyone and goes to sleep. She notices the door knock on her door and knows that even if it is bitten, it does not hurt, and wishes good night to Rena. But Rena stops her. She questions if she has to take a shower. Rena tells her yes before she goes to bed. She always has to take a shower. Kitty becomes shocked as she hates bathing. Hot water makes her feel stiff, and she hates that. She questions the nanny if they can sleep first and shower tomorrow. But the nanny tells her it is impossible. The nanny takes her to the washroom and tells her that tomorrow people will come to make clothes for her, and when preparing to welcome guests, she must be clean. She questions about it as the nanny tells her to choose her jewelry. They need to trim their hair, but because of the constraints, they will do it tomorrow morning. Kitty notices the soap bubbles and finds them beautiful. The nanny tells her that from today she will bathe with soap bubbles, and the masters have brought back bath form for her. Kitty finds it so good as Rena wonders why does the bathroom smell so good. Kitty tells Rena to quickly give her a bath. After a while, it is now a bedtime for her. The nanny tells her that she must sleep early to grow fast. Could you ask Nanny that she has a question? The nanny tells her it is time for her to go to bed now, so she cannot answer. Kitty tells the nanny that she's so curious that she cannot sleep and questions about the situation with the fox that has to stay at Gridwall's house. The nanny mentions that the young lady is too young to understand this, and soon she will be given a tutor, so she should please ask him. Kitty questions if they can have just a little talk. Then Nanny apologizes and mentions that she does not have that right. Kitty thinks that the nanny is so tight-lipped. The nanny tells her that instead she can sing her lullabies, and she would sing as much as she wants. Kitty is happy because she likes listening to lullabies. The nanny does her. Then she will sing for her. The goddess's hair flutters in the wind. Left hand holds the bow, right hand holds a mirror. The cat diligently pulls the card. The sky is as blue as a necklace. As after a while, Clyde is thinking about something as he is questioned why is not he sleeping. He is told that only when they grow strong enough, only then they can be independent. He tells the person to not mention it again as he's aware of that. He is not going any faster though. The person apologizes to him. He wonders that since that day, in order to restore the fox force that had been completely scattered, his role is very important. But to wait until he has enough magic power to reach adulthood. Too many people have to suffer. Living among wolves is not pleasant at all for him, and Leopard wants to take over the world of beastmen by using Blue Moon's magic power. He knows that foxes are the weakest passes, but the fox knows magic best, so it cannot be easily ignored. The bride wolf also believes that the fox will revive once the Blue Moon problem is resolved. They are not the type of people who work without benefits. He thinks about it and realizes that all the staff recognize the girl as a cat. She is a cat that is not afraid of foxes. He finds it funny to think about it. He begins to laugh. He calls out about her. He is questioned if he's thinking about the girl that the Grid Wolf family adopted as their youngest daughter. He questions why did they adopt her, as Grid Wolf is not the type of person who likes to take on extra burdens. The person thinks maybe it is because she is cute, as Grid Wolf only has 2 sons. He knows that it is also true, as it is said that the girl came and asked to be adopted. Perhaps out of sympathy, Clyde thinks of her little hands, finding them really soft. Appreciates his head, trying to not think about it. He is aware that his Duke Jackal is not someone who creates weakness out of pity. Realizing maybe she is not an ordinary cat, but is related to the Blue Moon, he cannot help but think about it.